Merry Christmas! So today we are finally back and we are going to be doing the Lizzie Borden case, and we are joined by Hannah.
Hey. If you like murder mysteries, make sure you hit that subscribe button and keep on watching. On the evening of August 3rd, 1892, in Fall River, Massachusetts, the Borden family had a man by the name of John Morse stay at their house in the guest room. The next morning at breakfast, all the occupants of the house were present. Andrew, Abby, and Lizzie Borden, John Morse, and their maid, Bridget, Maggie Sullivan. Emma Borden was not home during this time. After breakfast was finished, Andrew Borden and John Morse went to the sitting room and chatted for almost an hour. At 8:48 a.m., Morse left the house to buy oxen and to visit his niece in Fall River. His plan was to be back at the Borden house by noon for lunch. Sometime after 9 a.m., Andrew Borden left for his morning walk. Abby Borden went up to the guest room sometime between 9 a.m. and 10:30 a.m. to make the bed. During this hour and a half, Abby was attacked by her killer, and according to investigators, when she was attacked, she was face to face with the person who took her life. She was first struck on the side of the head with a hatchet which cut her just above the ear, causing her to turn and fall face down onto the floor, which caused contusions on both her nose and forehead. Her killer then struck her about 17 more times in the back of the head, which resulted in her death.
I already have a lot of questions.
I just went straight for the 17 times.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta be angry.
And strong, I think, right? So,
I forgot what Lizzie Borden looked like. Was she a beefy girl?
no. But to hit somebody in the head with a hatchet,
And that's a
Like, you
gruesome
gotta be-
that's a gruesome weapon, a
Yeah.
hatchet.
her head would have been like mushed, essentially.
Yeah.
That's like pretty
Because
gross.
okay, I'm thinking a hatchet. Is it the pointy?
It's like a tiny axe.
Okay, a tiny axe.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
it's
because. Okay, I'm thinking of like an ice pick then or something. I don't
No,
know what
the one
fruit
like
is.
that you would cut wood with, you know, like long axes.
Yeah.
This is like a short one, like.
Okay. Yeah, that's it.
But whoever did that, wouldn't they be like plastered in blood? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, to whack
'cause-
somebody like that?
Yeah, and especially after the 17 more times.
Yeah.
There's no way you would not
Have blood all over
be
you.
dirty.
Yeah, especially with a hatchet, because the handle's like
Yeah.
that big.
You gotta be like close
Yeah.
range for that.
Ooh.
At about 10:30 a.m., Andrew Borden returned from his morning walk to find that his key would not open the door to the house. Their maid heard him knocking and tried to open the door, but found that it was jammed. Once she got it open, she let Mr. Borden inside. Bridget Sullivan would later testify that as she let Mr. Borden inside, she could hear Lizzie Borden laughing from the top of the stairs. The investigators later in the case saw this as significant because anyone who was on the second floor could have clearly seen Abby Borden in the guest room bludgeoned to death. That is creepy AF.
Yeah. I just picture like I know Lizzie Borden was older, but I just picture like a small kid's laugh, just like echoing. I would be like,
Literally, as I was typing this up, like, I was just, like, my kitchen light was off, my dining room light was off. I had the TV on, but, like, just my living room light was on. And I'm just, like, picturing it. She's, like, Lizzie Borden over there laughing with a hatchet in her hand.
Creepy.
And I'm just, like, oh, my God, she's coming for me.
I mean, probably at the time, the maid probably was just like, oh, she's just
having fun.
laughing at something, but thinking back on it, the maid probably was, like, pretty creeped out. I also think it's interesting that the door was locked, because they said,
Jammed.
yeah, like, when I was doing the research, nobody locked it. So the fact that he couldn't get back in.
So Lizzie was probably taking, like, precautions and, like, did something.
Yeah, Lizzie or whoever was...
Maybe she...
I don't
Do you
know.
think she had, like, an accomplice? Like, covering her tracks? Maybe there was, like, another...
I feel like you would have to, because if not, how would she do everything so quickly?
Maybe she just thought it through, like, really well.
Also, if Lizzie was on the second floor where she was supposed to be, she could have seen her stepmother all whacked up. But she didn't say anything?
Yeah, because, like, if you saw, like, your dead mom or your dead stepmom just lying in a bedroom, like, you know, wouldn't you be, like, screaming maybe, not laughing?
Well, I don't know. Like,
it could be shock.
Or maybe
she
she
could have
didn't
been
like
shocked. Yeah, or she just didn't like it and she's like, suffer. Lizzie stated that once her father arrived, she removed his boots and helped him into his slippers before he laid down for a nap on the sofa. She then talked with Bridget Sullivan and told her that there was a department store sale that she was going to go to. After talking with Lizzie, Bridget felt unwell and went to lay down in her bedroom, which was on the 3rd floor of the house. Just before 11:10 a.m., while she was trying to rest, she heard Lizzie Borden yell from downstairs, "Maggie, come quick! Father's dead. Somebody came in and killed him." Andrew Borden was found to be slumped on the couch in the sitting room where he was napping. He was struck about 10 or 11 times with a hatchet-like weapon. His wounds were clearly still fresh, indicating that he was recently attacked. One of his eyeballs had been split cleanly in two, which suggested that he was asleep when he was attacked. Dr. Bowen, the family physician, arrived at the home and confirmed the death of the parents. The detective on the case estimated Mr. Borden's death to be at approximately 11 a.m. John Morse eventually came back to the Borden's house, stayed the night, and was then escorted back to his own home because he was not suspected of being involved. Another gruesome one.
Yeah.
His eyeball split in two and not hit as much as the stepmother, but still too many times. So, well, he was sleeping, so the first blow probably is what, like, really, like, maybe enabled him.
Mm-hmm.
And then just the 10 and 11 other times are just like
anger.
Yeah.
the reassuring ones that he's actually dead.
Yeah.
Maybe if it was Lizzie, maybe she did this because her father
Remarried?
remarried and she didn't like Abby.
Stepmother. I feel like it was Lizzie.
I 100%
But, like,
think it's Lizzie.
I don't know if she could have done all that by herself.
During the investigation, Lizzie Borden kept changing the story she told to the police. At first, she told the police that she remembers hearing a groan, scraping noise, or a distress call before entering the house. 2 hours later, she told the police that she didn't hear anything at all. When she was asked where her stepmother was at this time, she told the police that Abby had received a note asking her to visit a sick friend. She then stated that she thought Abby had returned home and asked Bridget and a neighbor, Miss Churchill, to go fetch for her. On their way up the stairs, once they reached eye level with the 2nd floor, they looked into the guest room and saw Abby lying face down on the floor.
I don't like it. Like, doesn't sit. I also don't like that she, when she was investigated, that she kept changing her story. Like,
Yeah, okay.
this is like something pretty serious.
Mhm.
Why would you forget what you're saying that many times? You know what I mean?
And once you change your story, like, once, game
Yeah.
over. Like, come on, people. I don't care if it's 1892. Get your stuff together.
Yeah. Why didn't Lizzie go find her mother? Why did she send the friend and the maid to go fetch her? This whole time, they still didn't know that the mom was dead.
Yeah.
Maybe she just wanted somebody
To find it?
to find it.
Maybe she wanted, like...
Or she wanted to, like, act the part.
Yeah, maybe she's just freaking psycho.
To kill your stepmother and father? Yeah.
So maybe this is like a thrill, maybe?
See what she can get away
Maybe
with.
she wanted, like, the attention of it.
Yeah.
Like, because she wanted someone to find it so that she got the attention of feeling that people know she did it.
Yeah, but
Like,
nobody knows she did
I
it,
know.
See
But-
what she can get away with or not.
though. I think so, like, in a short time frame, like,
Yeah.
can I kill my stepmom and my dad before somebody else?
Finds at my stuff.
I mean...
You never know.
Some of the officers who interviewed Lizzie Borden said that they did not like how Lizzie was acting. They said that she was too calm and poised. Even though her alibis were weak and her attitude was off, no one bothered checking her for blood stains. At the trial, the police admitted to not doing a proper search of Lizzie's bedroom to look for evidence. In the basement of the Borden home, the police found 2 hatchets, 2 axes, and a hatchet head with a broken handle. The hatchet head was suspected of being the murder weapon because it was freshly broken. However, none of the tools were removed from the house. Because of the supposed illness that had come over the residents of the house, Andrew and Abby Borden's stomachs were tested for poison, but none was found. Lizzie was suspected of buying poison, but defended herself by saying she inquired about acid in order to clean her furs. However, according to the medical examiner, the poison would not have had the antiseptic properties for that.
First of all, what are the police doing?
They don't know what they doing.
What?
They must be new to the job.
I guess.
I
don't
get
know.
it's like back in like the
1892.
1892, but the fact that they didn't check her room or check like
They didn't.
For blood, like you telling me there were no visible blood stains on anything?
I don't buy it. Like, why would you just be like, no, I didn't really look. I didn't really pay attention.
You saw the hatchets, you saw the weapons. But even I would be like,
Yeah.
let's take those. That's like
like
common sense. Like, just take the weapons.
Also, wouldn't there be blood on the hatchets?
I mean, she
She
could have
must have
washed
cleaned
it.
them.
She could have washed it. Like, back then, I know they didn't have, all that black light and stuff, so I know it'd be hard, but
Yeah.
I would still
When she
take it.
Yeah. If they knew that she was looking to buy poison, and it didn't actually clean furs, and that's what she said she was doing with it, why wouldn't they follow up on that? They're just like, oh no.
Because they knew to the job, apparently.
But this is
Apparently
like-
they didn't learn this in police school back then. The following night of the murders, a friend of Lizzie and her sister, Alice Russell, decided to stay the night with them. Russell claims that the next day she entered the kitchen to see Lizzie tearing up a dress. Lizzie explained that she was planning on lighting her dress on fire because it was covered in paint. It was never determined if that dress was the one that she had been wearing the day of the murders.
Yep.
Why wouldn't you?
Add that to the list.
That is beyond frustrating.
Also,
Come on, Alice, you could have been the one to solve it.
right.
Further into the investigation, Lizzie started acting even more strange. Her behavior became erratic, and she often refused to answer questions even if they were beneficial to her. She often contradicted herself and provided different accounts of the morning in question. She had also claimed to have removed her father's boots before his nap. However, Andrew Borden was found to still have his boots on when the police arrived at the home. Lizzie Borden had a lot of evidence that pointed to her as the killer. The trial for Lizzie's arrest started on June 5th, 1893 and ended on June 20th, 1893, when after an hour and a half of deliberation, the jury acquitted her of the murders of her parents. Upon leaving the courthouse, Lizzie told the reporters that she was the happiest woman in the world. Even though she was acquitted at trial, Lizzie Borden remains the prime suspect of the murders of Andrew and Abby Borden.
I hate this. Now she's acting all wonky. And
You don't.
what?
You're not gonna think.
You're not gonna question that?
She's acting really weird and she's refusing.
Yeah.
To,
That makes
Come
someone
on.
guilty. If they're refusing to even mention stuff that is gonna help them out, automatically makes you guilty.
and I love,
I
she's like,
can't.
the happiest woman in the world.
Why? Because your parents are dead, or because
You got away with
yeah.
it. I mean, if I
Ooh.
killed somebody and I got away with it, I'd be like, yeah!
Yeah. Do you think Lizzie Borden killed Abby and Andrew Borden? Or, that was my stomach, I'm hungry. Or do you think that somebody came in to either help her or to kill them themselves?
I think she 100% did it.
By herself or with...
By herself. I don't... Maybe it's because it doesn't mention anybody else helping her. Maybe that's throwing me off.
Yeah.
But I think she 100%.
Just
I don't
her.
think she had anybody help her.
No.
I think
What's your opinion?
because what's his name? John, is that?
John Morse.
John Morse. It's interesting that he left at the perfect timing.
Well,
To
because
not-
he wasn't there when. So they're just like.
But
Well,
maybe,
now.
but maybe Lizzie told him what she was planning, so he was just like, "I'm going. I'll be back."
Could be.
Because he did come
That's a
back,
possibility. Yeah.
and then he left again.
I know he did. He said he'd be back by noon.
Mhm.
He showed up like a little before noon.
Yeah.
So maybe Lizzie was like, this is like the time frame. But I don't know.
I wonder if she just took the opportunity. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Maggie went to lay down, so she killed her dad. John left the house, so
Killed his mom.
perfect time.
Her mom.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely think
I
think Lizzie did it.
Yeah.
That is the end of this story. Stop talking, I'm gonna punch you
I said
out.
it in conclusion.
Punch the lights out.
So, this is the end of the story. Let us know in the comments what you think happened and if you think Lizzie Borden killed her parents or if you think someone else like John Morse or whatever helped her. And let us know what other stories you want us to cover and we will do that.
Hit that subscribe button.
Yes.
Hit that like button.
And leave a
Turn
comment.
Turn on your post notifications. Like Cassie said, leave a comment. Just
Do all of it.
Yeah. Oh, and we are so happy to finally be back. We know it's been a long, long time.
your girl had to
Finish school.
You know, I just had to focus, finish school. Your girl graduated.
Yeah. So we are so excited to be back because we missed it
Yes.
a lot. It's really weird not filming.
I know it was,
So.
but also it was weird coming back after
Yeah.
posting our last video on Halloween,
Yeah.
So-
So, that.
and it's
Yeah.
currently like what? It's
Bird
almost
Christmas. Today is Christmas.
I don't have my
Today
phone.
is
When this is uploaded,
Christmas.
it's Christmas.
It'll be Christmas when this goes up. So
Yeah.
Pretty
Merry
cool. Christmas.
Merry
Merry
Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Keep a lookout for next week's video because we're gonna film, assuming that we can. Thanks to Hannah for being in the middle, hanging out.
Ew.
We will see you guys next Friday. Peace.
Oh no.